Hello, this is Bear from Elliott Wave. How's it going? Here's a new video on the Nasdaq. As always, we're going to see what's happening and what could be happening using the Elliott Wave theory. So today we're going to have a quick look at what could be happening within the following weeks on the Nasdaq. Now, to do so, as always, as you guys know, you know that unless I'm doing the larger picture, so the different scenarios on the long term, so we're talking about years from now, I like to pick one count, one larger degree count, and then stick to that and do the more short term, so we're talking about a few weeks to a couple of months forecast into the future. So to do so, today we're going to stick to the count, which says that we have a high degree, cycle degree to be precise, wave 3 in place with the top of November 2021. And we are setting ourselves up for a wave 4 of the same degree. Now, as we know, because of common Elliott wave tendency, a wave 4 will oftentimes end near the wave 4 on one lesser degree. So it is possible that whatever happened in the first 2 quarters of 2022 was the first shakeout, what we usually call wave A, in Elliott wave terms. Now we're setting ourselves up for a retracement, a pullback to the upside of wave B, where oftentimes the sentiment is, okay, the worst has come, now we're ready to resume higher. But that's when reality hits and we do resume lower into God only knows what's going to happen. Now, with that being said, I like to take just a few seconds to think about what I've just said. The first shakeout, where everyone panics, the market has been doing great, and all of a sudden everything crashes. It's news driven, and we know what happened a few months ago, especially in February, unfortunately. And usually, as I said, the first shakeout is news driven, so it's an event that kind of gets the market into fear mode. And then we have the bounce, where, okay, this is happening, okay, it has happened, let's calm down, we're all good, nothing too bad has happened, let's move higher. And then we usually face the consequences of the initial move down. In this case, I'm talking obviously about the initial move down, but whatever initiated the move. And that's usually wave C, where the market is optimistic, and that's just a trap because we will resume to the downside. Now, does that mean we are going to resume lower? Well, obviously, it's hard to say. I cannot see the future, but using Elliott wave theory and also seeing where we are right now, where we stand, both under many different point of views. If we think about monetary policy, we think about what's happening between the Ukraine and Russia conflict, as well as obviously we're talking about the Nasdaq here, but we could agree that all stock markets are correlated to some degree. So obviously in Europe there's the energy crisis that is hitting the old continent quite hard. So I guess we'll see what's going to happen. So with that being said, let's just focus on pure Elliott wave and see what could be happening and what's happening. So to do so, briefly, as I said, I'm seeing the initial move down as just a wave A. I see that as a zigzag, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 ways up into wave B. Now, that's one part where I like to get your attention for just a second. Why did I label this as wave B and not as wave 1? So you could have said, Barrett, why this is not wave 1, this was wave 2, and now we're going higher? Well, the problem with that is that I see 3 moves, 3 swings. I'm not even calling them waves. If you pay attention to it, I'm just calling them swings. So I see up, sideways / downwards, up. And as I always say, and as I'll keep on saying, as long as this channel is going to be on YouTube, 3 waves a trend don't make. So If it's 3, can it be wave 1? Absolutely not. It can only be a corrective wave. And in this case, I think it's wave B. Now, just to throw it out there, there is a possibility that this is wave W, this is wave X, this is wave Y, this is wave X, and we could be moving lower for wave C. Now, the interesting thing about this potential alternate is that the implications for this and my primary count are the same. They're exactly the same for the downside in the short term. So this is additional confidence when it comes to trading. So not forecasting, not analyzing the market, but actually be involved in a trade, because we have two counts that we see as possible. They both are telling us the same implications. That's additional confidence for our trading. So as I said, I just wanted to mention that so that if it does happen, at least you say, well, Barrett, but you didn't say that that was an option. We just had here, we just had 3 waves down, not 5. Then it cannot be a wave C. Well, but then I just told you it could be a wave C. So with that being said, let's just focus on the main count. So to do so, let's start with the 4. Well, let's just dive into the 1 hour chart without any fear. So here we go. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave C, and diagonal into wave C of primary B. And here is where things get interesting, because I see 5 waves down into wave 1, and here potential 3 waves up into wave 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let me just label that for you. All right. So it is a sharp. If it is a wave 2, let's start using assumptions. Let's say it's a wave 2. So if this is a wave 2 of intermediate degree, it is a pretty sharp one. So can we get something like this? Possible, but then again, I don't like to see the Nasdaq spend too much time on this wave 2. The more time we consolidate, so we start moving sideways, then the less credibility this count holds. That's why it could be a pretty sharp wave 2. As we know, many times wave 2 are the sharpest correction, at least compared to wave 4. So it makes sense after all. And this little piece right here looks bullish corrective. That's why I could forecast one less move higher. So that's what I see. Another interesting fact, obviously here, someone could argue we have what appears to be a head and shoulder, just regular technical analysis. And as we know, what TA teaches us, which obviously doesn't necessarily reflect the yellow wave theory, but you could take this as additional confidence. If you knew it, if you didn't, you can always learn something from it. Many times they say that we will retest the neckline of the channel, of the head and shoulder, and then potentially move lower. So again, just wanted to throw out there as potential confluence. In addition to that, I wanted to show you volume profile to see where our potential point of control in terms of volume is on this move lower. So I don't have volume data here. I just need to go to the CFD, and on the CFD here, make a chart. We don't care about that, but if we bring on volume profile on this potential wave 1, we see how we have the most volume down here, and then it will be exactly around here where the neckline of the channel of the head and shoulder is. So again, that's additional confidence. We're just adding them up one after the other. So let's go back to the count. That's what I see. If you say, well, Barrett, oh, well done. Now what do we do? Well, it's a good question. What I did this past week, and this is the VVS Discord. If you want to check it out, you can access the free Discord. The link is in the description of this video. Again, it's free, so it doesn't cost you anything, and you may just get some benefits from it. So this is Discord for members, and if we scroll up here on September 7th, I said Nasdaq update, we should be near the end of wave 5. After that, I expect a bounce higher in wave 2. So it was here, September 7th, I called a potential bottom, and I was looking for upside. As you can see, September 6th, we bottom, and then we resume higher. So what did I do? Yes, I did trade the upside. Now, I could show you the trade. I'm sure that many of you say, well, okay, you open that trade, but what if you open another trade on a different account? What if it was a demo account, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not just going to show you. I showed you the count. I showed you how I called the bottom place, and we bottom when I said so. Obviously, it wasn't me deciding where the market was going to go, but just to get an idea of how much Elliott Wave can be powerful. So now we're just gonna see what's gonna happen. I would expect, no matter what, some sort of resistance up here, and I would be looking for the downside. Not sure if I'm gonna short it personally. I'll have to see. I'll have to decide what's the best thing that but also you can do. Well, as an Elliott Wave trader, we can just see what's gonna happen one wave at a time. So I'm just gonna take it one wave at a time, see what's gonna happen, and I'll decide from there. So I guess that was it for me today. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. If you have any questions on the account. And as always, please subscribe if you haven't already, and if you don't want to miss out on the next update, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.